So now we'll talk about be everywhere your customers are. Content is a super valuable part of any marketing strategy. Excuse me. Um, you It allows you to be the attractive character if you want to be. You don't have to be. You can take a back seat to the video content, to the stock footage, to the PowerPoint presentations, to any number of things, as long as you're still, edutainment, right, is a big trigger word or a trend word. But it's so true. Educating and entertaining are so important. And so when we do repurposing content, we have that in the back of our minds. So you can use repurposing content to convey your expertise, express your brand voice, attract and keep website visitors that resonate with your target audience, and much more. Did you know that one piece of content can be cut up 35 different ways? Just one piece. So when people are like, I don't have time for content creation, I feel for them. But it's like, man, did you know? And then we get into the conversation, and then it's like their eyes pop open. So it's not, the burden isn't all on you to make this happen. The repurposing content is a way of taking the content you use for one purpose and reusing it for another. Just like you use an old shoe as a flower vase, or you repurpose a bowl for making people's bowl cuts during COVID. Any number of things. It's repurposing something into a different purpose it wasn't originally meant for. So you can repurpose a blog post into an infographic. You can turn an interview into a blog post. You can take out quotes out of that and make quote cards. You can take all the best points from the entire presentation and make an infographic like the one we showed earlier. The idea is you are creating an omnipresence. And what that does is it enhances your marketing, it saves you time, and it helps you with your online presence in a complete package that's always working for you. So there's some benefits of repurposing content. It enables you to achieve multiple goals. It gives you a chance to redeem less successful content. So maybe you had content that didn't play so hot on Instagram. That's fine. Let's repurpose it, give it a different face, and put it on Facebook. Maybe it hits. And that's also playing to looking at that comment section. Always be pivoting on that comment section, listening to your market. We don't fill our own pockets. So we have to listen to what our market says. That's something that I love what Steve Larson says. We don't fill our own pockets. So true. And then some other benefits. It helps you reach new audience members. So as people are finding you, maybe you're out and you're talking in a group, then they come and check out your profile. Your profile, Blake Newbar style and your style takes you to a group or takes you to a landing page to where they gather information, and it just starts bringing them into your circle. And then that puts them on the path of know, like, and trust, which allows them to then hear your offer. It also expands your reach. So when you start mixing all of these potential cold audience attractors, these different platforms, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, you're talking about new people on a daily, hourly, minute-by-minute basis that are being exposed to you and your message. Guaranteed, out of that, you're going to find someone that resonates with you. It's like when I went to Western Michigan University. I would meet neighborhood of 15 people a day, and I would like about 3 of them, and I'd keep about 1 of them. So I was making about a friend a day, but I was being exposed to 15 to 20 a day. So if I hadn't been active and going out and putting myself out there, that number would diminish down to maybe I meet 1 person a day. And then it's a crapshoot about whether or not I actually like them. And it's definitely very rare situation that I'd want to keep them around. So you improve your chances.
Yeah, 100%.
It also diversifies your content. Same idea. You know, you're taking the same content, packaging up different, and giving it out to a different audience that speaks a different platform language than your prior one. And it may hit them in a completely different way than what the original one did, which is awesome because then that gives you new perspectives. That gives you new people that can give you feedback, new people that can get into your world and also be advocates for you, but in a new, interesting way.
Mm.
You know, like imagine people who are hitting on TikTok right now, like doing really, really well. If they started out on Facebook, I mean, those are such different audiences,
That's right.
massively different. And you cannot just take Facebook content and put it right on TikTok. It just doesn't work. TikTok has it's a breathing, living thing now, and you have to play by its rules. Otherwise, people will immediately let you know by you'll have 0 views. You know, it's a
Yeah.
difference of 0 views and changing your message and your delivery that can take you to 100,000 views in a weekend. It's insane. The eyeballs are definitely there. Uh, the other thing is it enables you to target buying stage. So that way you have a strategy to where you say, okay, you enter here on my timeline and you end over here, which is at a purchase. And if you don't, then you get put right back to the beginning and we carry you through again. Because
Mm.
maybe you're on the fence. So maybe we are releasing some content for you that addresses the objections that we're seeing in the comments from that sale point. And then we funnel them through and let them see all the objections videos that we've addressed.
Yeah.
And that can just give them that little gentle nudge to go on the other side of the fence on our side. So it also maximizes your time and effort. So you're making one video and you're repurposing it a ton of different times. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to say, well, now I got to go and edit that video. Now I got to go and add those captions. Now I got to do all this and all that. Well, there's ways to automate that, and we will address that shortly. It increases your online presence and it improves your SEO, which is always important. YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world, owned by the #1 search engine in the world. I think it's a mistake for people to think of YouTube as a social media platform. It is a search engine,
Mm.
first and foremost, and should be treated as such. So when you're looking up keywords and things like that, you need to make sure that you are identifying keywords that are going to play to you and your audience, they're going to resonate with your audience, that they're going to search for when they need to solve a problem or they need to know more about something. That is where YouTube comes into play. And the beautiful thing about YouTube is it lives forever.
Yeah.
You can have a YouTube video that you released 3-4 years ago that is still bringing you consistent leads.
Bring
It's
it
a
on.
beautiful thing. Beautiful
Yeah.
thing. Creates backlinks, strengthens your messaging, and enhances your knowledge and skill set by the very act of creating my repurposed content, because it reinstates that information in your mind. Same thing as like when you learn something and you teach someone else, it engraves it in your mind by a multiple, by having to teach that to somebody else. It ingrains that further into your own mind and makes it more of like a secondhand nature, almost like riding a bike. So now we'll talk about some automation. Did you have any questions from the previous one or any comments?
No, I didn't. The only thing I'll just quickly do though at my end is just before we get to the automation,
Yeah.
I might just show a couple of slides, examples of some other value posts before we get right into that
Absolutely.
automation. So Jim is someone that can help you getting more customized, get strategic in conjunction with the Future You program. Jim's actually going to be part of our inner circle and coaching and mastermind.
Absolutely.
So feel
Very
free to reach out. But these, I've got the domain flicking along the bottom of this page or the stream. But for anyone that goes to the consultant leads machine website. There's a $7 blueprint, but for $37, there's a really good framework here for you to start testing out some of this content, which is value. You know, a blend between the entertainment and those value-based posts, and just people again getting to know, like, and trust you. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but there's a 31 different structured posts that you can get your hands on as a framework to just save you a ton of time with starting to produce this content. We'll be doing a lot more trainings on all these moving forward, but just want to quickly show that very briefly. Just go and get your hands on it if it's something that you're wanting to implement into your business. Now we're back on you, Jimmy.
Absolutely. Great value, man.